Alright, hello again YouTube, welcome back to a little bit more EVE Online. As I've got a bit more time to record today, so today, as promised, we'll be going into Dead Space in a frigate this time, which will be a bit more dangerous, but a bit faster and a bit more actiony. However, we're going to improve it because we can make some improvements to this one. I think what we'll do is load those up. We might just actually head straight back to Ren's. Oh, we've already got a load of filaments on board. In fact, we should just load them all up, I think. We might even sell some of the higher tier ones. Because the filaments themselves are worth a bit of money. You've got to actually get it to Dead Space. You want that loot out. We'll bring that with as well, because I do want that. We'll sell that. But what I'd like to do once we get there is improve our ship's guns, because we can now use tier 2 guns. So we'll improve this ship. We'll get it a bit more ready for this little task. Right, so now with this particular ship, it will be doing less damage, but it should be landing more of it and firing more rapidly. So its actual DPS, despite being a way smaller ship, if you remember we had about 200 on the cruiser. I don't know if I actually showed that or not, but we had about 200 on the cruiser. Still at 130, and we're about to improve the guns on it. So actually, strangely enough, going up a ship class in this game doesn't automatically mean you'll do more damage. In fact, if you've trained for one particular type of ship, you'll probably be doing less, if anything. I've actually got reasonably good... where's the tech tree? Frigate skills. I've got tier 5 Mimitar frigate. So if you have a look on the... If I show you these... See, it says like... where's our ship specifically? Rifter. See, it says like bonus, like 7.5% to small projectile turret firing rate and fall off, which is the range. That means for each level of the frigate skill, you'll get that bonus. So we've actually got something like a 30, 40, 50% bonus to fire rate, etc. So we're actually pretty good. We're about as good as we can be with that on the most basic level, as in we get those bonuses high. We've got turrets up to pretty good now. We've got turret specialization as well, so we can use the tier 2 turrets that are more powerful and they can load better ammo. There are also more powerful versions of the frigates. And I find it interesting, actually. I just realised we have a fleet issue probe, but not a fleet issue rifter. Oh, probably because there's already better versions, I guess. What's a fleet issue probe do? Probe's a treasure hunting ship. Might even do a video on that at some point later if I need to do a another one where I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing this week. We'll do that. Treasure hunting's a real mixed bag, because sometimes it can be very boring and you don't find a single dang thing, and sometimes you find some amazing stuff. So scan probe. Does that have that as well? No, it doesn't. So I guess this one's designed so you can fit a scan probe launcher basically for free. Scan probe's what you need to actually locate treasure. So I guess the idea is you can, with the fleet issue, you can do that and still mount other systems with no problem. So for turrets, just 2 missile slots, huh? That's a weird little loadout. Sorry, this has thrown me off a bit because I didn't realise this was a thing. What slots has this got for loading stuff into? It's got 4 turret slots. What would you even fit? I guess a missile launcher, a probe, or 2 missile launchers, a probe scanner, and a salvager? You wouldn't want to run combat sites in a ship like this, would you? Maybe you can. But yes, yeah, I think it's because they're, yeah, I was going to say because there's assault frigates. That's why there's no maybe issue rifter, because there's already a better version of it. The only difference visually is the colour, but stat-wise, it's a lot stronger. But we'll make it do with what we have. Again, need to be Omega, which we are technically, but I believe only for like the rest of today, and then my free week is gone, because they're doing a bit of a celebration at the moment, so it's like, hey, free week, and that's kind of what got me back into it. Curse you, marketing, you've made me play a game I'd stop playing again. Yeah, I'm still having fun with it, it's fine, I suppose. But yes, that's got larger bonuses and more of them, because you also can get the bonuses from the second skill tree you have to train for, like assault frigates or whatever. Locations. But yes, let's go upgrade our little baby. Make her strong. Should, I reckon, be able to get her up to about 150 DPS. If we can manage that, we won't be too far off the last ship, and we're way more evasive. This one's kind of kitted out for the dark sites because it's quick. The turret accuracy doesn't matter so much. because again, it's way smaller. It can already hit its target reasonably well. We could also improve those gyro stabilizers. I don't know why we're running Mark 1s. Unless it's CPU load? Yeah, we might have to be a bit careful, actually, because we might end up... We'll have to check we can actually fit those tier 2 guns into the ship. We may potentially end up ditching one of the components, but we'll see how it goes. Right. So, what to do? Simulate fit. That lets you see how your ship's going to react without having to actually make the upgrades. If we go unfit, so say we've taken the guns off. The other thing we'll be able to do with tier 2 guns is improved ammunition as well, which can be a lot more potent. If a bit more expensive. What I want to first check though is, can we use them if we're not Omega? Because I'd really like to be able to keep using these afterwards. And if I can't, I might spend a bit less money on them. Right. Autocannon 2. Okay, that is what the gun looks like. That's not what I wanted. There we go, info. I guess we could just use them. Right. If we were to assume we're going to fit 3 of these. Yeah, no issue there. And they're not even that expensive, actually. Alright, we'll go ahead and just buy those outright. They're not super cheap. You might notice they're 3 million. We did just spend more than the money we had. We made from the last one, but we'll be making more from this. So it should balance out. Oh yeah, it was in a group. Yeah, that's fine. Take those out. So even just as is, we were doing what, 130 with these new guns. 141. And we haven't even loaded in the better ammo yet. It's not a huge upgrade, but it is an upgrade already. Alright, ammunition and charges. We want projectile ammo because they're projectile guns. No. Advanced cannon ammo. Small. Get the right one. Barrage and hail. Now, what are they doing? They're doing primarily explosive. And their bonus is longer ranged. Barrage, I'm guessing, will be a close range shot by comparison. Tracking speed out. Oh, and full up. Full off, huh. On less damage. Okay, so I guess hail is our best shot then? Yeah, significantly higher damage. Ah, short range. Okay. It's short range, but it's more powerful. We should be agile enough that we can still hit them, right? What's our tracking speed? 300. Yeah. Okay. A bunch of rounds of that. Oh, weird. Did I ever insure the ship? I can't remember if I did that or not. Gives you a bit of a payment back if you accidentally break it. I did not. I absolutely should. Why have I not done this? Yo, what's that? 209? Yo, it's pretty much caught up to the cruiser, and it's tiny by comparison. So that's all it took. So upgrading those guns, and it's got an enormous increase in power. Yeah, we're definitely going to insure it now, because we're carrying a lot of stuff. We'll keep the dark filaments, not the calm. We want the tranquils. We'll have to buy some more, actually, because we haven't got quite enough. The only thing is with the filaments, if you're doing them as frigates, you need 3, even if it's just one of you. So, hang on. Dark filament. Let's buy, like, buy that one that's on its own, then we'll buy, like, 6 more. We have those 3 runs. We should easily make that money back, though. We were able to do dark filaments before with the original form of the ship. Ooh, we'll buy 2 more. Apparently I got the math wrong there. So we shouldn't have too much trouble at all. I got it wrong twice. We'd already bought them. Okay, right. Can we fit a gyro stabilizer 2 as well to improve the damage even further? Because it will not hurt to have more damage. In fact, again, if we can match the cruiser, we'll be doing very well. Gyro stabilizer 2. If we do simulate fit, unfit, then fit one of these. We can. Can we fit 2? Yes. What, 226? Yeah, okay. We'll do it. It's expensive, but that's fine. A little bit of risk is, again, not too bad. Again, we should be alright, because I've already done this a few times with a weaker version of this exact ship. It is this ship. Like, I've already done it a few times with a weaker loadout. Our range is low, but it's still within about the 5 kilometers we'd ideally like it to be at. So we're probably good to go, I think. I think we're good to set off. We definitely don't have any more darks. No, okay, that's right. Let's go. We will have to set track for a different station as well, because you can't do dead space from a security level 9 station. So to put that in perspective quickly, I'll explain that, I guess. Each area in EVE Online has a security rating, like each system. If it's 1, between 1 and 0.5, it is, I think 1 and 0.6, it is what's known as high sec, high security. Basically what this means is the space police will come and beat up anyone who fights you without a very good reason to do it. Meaning they're generally very safe. It's not that you can't be killed in that area, because they can still fire on you, but it's way harder for them to kill you, and they'll probably be killed in exchange. The space police do not mess around, especially in the most high security sectors. They will wreck most people. 0.5 to 0.1 is low security space, dangerous. Anywhere below 0.6 is dangerous, or at least more dangerous anyway. You can get away with a lot more, and 0 is null sec. There is no space police. You're on your own. But there generally tends to be better rewards hidden in the lower areas of space, but also more player pirates, so, you know, got to be a bit careful. And some people take this game very seriously. So some of the player pirates are very, very strong indeed. Be a little bit careful. Nope. Oh, they're player pirates. We've got some NPC pirates. Got to move, otherwise we'll be invincible and we won't be able to activate the filament. Right. We are 3 frigates. By 3 frigates, I mean, we're just me. That's why you need 3 of the filaments, even though you're just a single frigate. You also have to manually activate the trace, I guess because it knows that not everyone's necessarily going in at once. Into dead space. Like I say, it will be way faster in here, but we're a lot more fragile, so this is a little bit more... We have to be a little bit more careful with this. They do outrange us quite significantly, but you notice how fast we're going. We can do about 1,500 in this ship. We definitely will need that that lockdown, though, or the stasis thing. Why are you not firing? Oh shoot, we haven't locked target. Yeah, notice we're doing low amounts of damage, but we're firing a lot quicker. Yeah, I really don't want to be making mistakes like that, because we're not very durable by comparison to the cruiser. But you notice we took that one down pretty quick by comparison. Yeah, I should have locked both targets immediately. I screwed up a bit by not doing that. Shields are almost down, but that's fine. We're, once again, tanked for armor, so it's our armor that's meant to take the hits really and can self-repair when it's damaged. But I definitely screwed up a bit. We should have had these down before we even lost the shield. Oh, yeah, we're going to activate the armor repairer because we're taking too much damage. Yeah, that wasn't ideal, but we came out of that okay. We're alive, we're good. The nice bonus of this ship is capacitor stable. So we can run everything all the time and we have no problem. We usually don't have the armor repairer running, but I think that's more force of habit. I probably should just have it running all the time, honestly, with this one. Do sometimes have to slow down a little bit to actually grab the loot because we're too quick, otherwise we overshoot it. I'm just going to reactivate the armor repairer because I think we've lost a little bit. We've still got a little bit of lost health left. Yeah, we got a little... I don't know if that was a great drop, but I've tended to find... No, actually, that was way better. We got 6 off of 1. Yeah, as a general rule, I've found that you get much better rewards in frigates, and I think that's because it's assuming there'll be 3 people. Or 1 person who's putting themselves at quite a disadvantage. So yeah, you usually do tend to get better rewards if you can do it in a smaller ship like this. I don't know that this ship is up to taking on Tier 1 space rather than Tier 0 that we're at currently. If anyone knows what you should be expecting DPS and equivalent HP wise to do that, please let me know. I'd be interested to know whether this ship could probably do it or not. What's our targeting range? 25. Yeah, we can't target them from as far out either. But of course it takes us almost nowhere near as much time to close the gap. Our weapons are also shorter range, they've only got about 7-kilometer range. Stasis beam has a 10-kilometer range. What do you call it? Stasis weapon fire, that's the name. The tractor beams, basically. Stacking up those hits. Oh god, we're taking a lot of damage. Oh no, okay. Please be okay. I'm going to overload our... No, we might be okay. I'm a little worried now because that was more damage than I thought we'd take. We can overload our systems if we have to. But I'm a little cautious because, of course, last time I overloaded everything. I burned a component out. Oh, shoot, we need to overload. We will now repair faster, our stasis will go faster, our guns will fire faster, but they will start to break. Is this like an extra strong spawn or something? There are random stronger spawns that show up occasionally. I hope this thing was shield tanked. We'll risk that being enough. Once we're through his armor, he should fold pretty quickly, but... yeah, he's coming apart real fast now. Yeah, that was quite nasty. It might be that we need to improve our durability at some point. Leave the armor repair running. See the red, that's how much damage we've taken. We're okay, but I do not want to be overcharging again if I can avoid it. This dungeon, because I can't repair it very easily. Well, I can't repair it while I'm in here. We'll definitely have to head back to a station and repair in between runs. But yes, this is not the most durable ship. It's not terrible, but... yeah, so we've got 750,000 there, though. We are getting better rewards. Let my armor fully repair, which I believe it has done. Is it minus 50%? Or minus 30% tracking? Yeah, so I wonder if we might be better off kitting this ship out for something else. Taking on a different type of dead space, potentially. Maybe the one with reduced explosive resistance, as we've already got very good explosive resistance. I believe there is one that's like that. Lucid Escort. Okay, they're not too awful, I don't think. Just missed me with the first shot. We go for the biocache, then we're not coming straight at him, and will be a little bit harder for him to target us. Okay, now we go straight at him, and we'll change course, and that should throw him off even further. We are getting hit quite hard, but we're hitting him too. There we go. So that ship was a little bit slower, and we were able to get more of our sort of damage dealing potential off against it. And therefore killed it a lot quicker. Shut that down. You can bring a, I believe it's nano paste item that lets you repair your systems after you've damaged them by overcharging, but you need a slot free to equip that too, and I don't have a free slot that I'm willing to give up for it, so if I take the capacitor out, I'm not cap stable anymore, and I feel like that's more important. So I have to be a bit careful. And again, with a lot of things like that, you can improve your skills to make it a bit easier. I believe, I think it's thermodynamics, means you can overload your parts for longer without them burning out. I think that's the one, is that right? There. Yeah, reduces heat damage by 5% level, so at max you're only taking 3/4 of the same damage. It's not an enormous improvement, but it is an improvement. Okay, we've got 3 million on board already. Some of that will be from the cost of these, but yeah, we've got 17 data and 3 oxygen off one run that time, so you notice that was a lot higher. But we took a lot of damage. I'll have a quick check once we get to the station to repair what bonuses those ones give us, and we could potentially try one of the others. It's a little risky, but hey. I did it for YouTube, it's fine. We'll risk it. Plus, we did make it out of that one. We did have to push the ship a bit, but we did make it. So dark is speed. I think electrical is shield resistance. Oh, bonus to capacitor recharge. Not really helpful on a penalty to game resistance. So that one's not a great pick. We don't gain anything from that. Exotic, kinetic resistance, and bonus to scan resolution. What's that? Makes them easier to target? I don't think that does a huge amount in general. Repair quote. Repair it all. Only about 100,000 to repairs. Nothing compared to the money we've technically made from that. Can we just sell those here? I think you can sell those most places, right? Yep. Okay, so we actually only had about 1.7 million and we had about 1 million in stuff on board anyway. Okay, weakness to kinetic resistance is not ideal, but we're okay against kinetic. At least we're not awful against it. The other ones we've got. Firestorm. Oh, that's the armor one, right? Actually, that might work okay, right? We've got decent armor. Our thermal resistance isn't great anyway, but that means it won't be much worse. Oh, mind you, we've only got one. So we might have to do another dark, actually. Unless they're selling more of them here. We should probably make use of the ones we have, and this was sort of kitted out for dark. Yeah, we'll risk it. We'll go for another dark. We did survive the last one. We're repaired now. Yeah, and if we have to repair a bit in between each one, it's not too bad. Usually I can get through them without really suffering any damage, so that was a particularly bad one, that one. I do have to be careful because the Rifter is not the strongest ship and it is a baseline one. Tech 1 ships are not awful by any means, they're certainly usable, but they're weaker. There's no arguing with that. I don't think they have a better direct combat ship though. I think the Slasher is roughly equivalent. Damage and tracking speed, and I think this is damage and rate of fire. Or full off and rate of fire. But I think the Slasher only... Oh, the Slasher mounts 3 turrets. Yeah, so Slasher might be roughly equivalent. You might be able to make that one work too. I'm sure you can make nearly any of them work. I don't think the ECM frigates are a good idea. The ECM cruiser I want to try, but I think the ECM frigates is probably not a good idea. But yeah, as you can see, these are not the easiest. Oh, can't reload while I was jumping. Okay. Oh yeah, did we get some skill points for killing those NPCs? We did. They will allow us to skip. Oh, there we go. Our autocannons will get a little bit more powerful. Our DPS should have just increased by a little bit. Yeah, up to 230 DPS now. Christ, 230, that's the highest I've had, I think, on a frigate. Afterburner. Lock target this time, let's not forget that. And yeah, Lancers should be easy prey. These should absolutely be, I say, missing a shot immediately. They should be very easy to kill. You can see we're doing most of our damage, even though he's a lot tougher. Hitting him a lot harder this time. We're actually applying our full DPS. Semi-reliably, admittedly, but still. If we just do approach, that should get us as close as possible, right? Rather than circling around him. Yes, we will shut that down. I know it says cap stable, but I always wonder with that one whether it actually is. I've never been quite convinced on that one, honestly. Oh, we got something a bit different there. That, I believe, is a blueprint. Yep, it's a blueprint for making things. And this is ammunition for Triglavian weaponry. Yeah, so sometimes, and these could be the biggest earners, you'll find blueprints for stuff that industry players can use to make things. Or, well, any player technically, but industry players will get the most use out of them. And, yeah, they can be the big money. If you find especially if you find a tier 2 blueprint, the blue ones, the dark blue ones. they're worth a fortune, some of those. So you can find some good stuff out here, but mostly not at this tier, to be fair. We are mostly playing at too low a tier to really get the properly good stuff. Because the high tier is not forgiving, and it is not easy. Damn it, it's coming right out. As you notice how quick he is. We haven't even got a target lock on him yet. But we have stasis him. Even if our, what was it, 300 odd tracking, we're still struggling a little bit. What is our tracking? 270. Yeah, reduced a bit because we fitted that ammunition that's a bit heavier but slower. Yeah, might even potentially be doing more damage with that other ammo type. We maybe should have bought both and tried it out at some point, but problem is experimenting is risky, of course, because not doing your full damage, you're probably risking your ship. You might notice we're also doing a lot better this time. Oh, filament cloud. Shield boosters work a bit differently in here. They restore faster but less, so shields come back quicker in this area, basically. Yeah, sometimes you get these sort of floating clouds that cause effects if you're in them. See it popping up there, and then there's the general dark area bonus. Whoop, we need that armor repairer up and running. Key's coming apart though. You can see the beam it's got on us. It's the weapon I was talking about. Reload. Okay, that's our armor is repaired. I'll get the box of nice things. Might even have time to do 2 before the episode ends. Like I say, if we do another one of these, it'll probably be back from the depths by that point. But if we do another one of these, we'll maybe do some treasure hunting. I do rather like Evo. It's a sort of fun. I find I play it for a bit, get tired of it, and then like come back a few months later and play some more of it. But I do find it is one I do come back to. So for all its faults, I do consider it a good game overall. I think I'd be safe to say. Oh, I nearly got enough to do the actual Firestorm one, but not quite enough. Might as well use the dark ones we've got that way. Yeah, I reckon we'll have time for another one. If that was the last room, which I can't remember. No, it's not. Okay, maybe not. Pacifier. Okay, it's another nasty-ish one. Oh, right. Yeah, short range. Yeah, notice how quick some of the AI ones could be, though. They're very, very fast. I think the Tristan is supposed to be one of the best ships for, like, frigate early game deep space. I'll load that one up in a sec and show you. But I could probably do it now, because I don't think whatever I do here is going to make much difference, but I'll keep an eye on that health. It's not that one, it's this one. I think this one is supposed to be the one that's pretty good for deep space, and I believe that's because it's got a decent drone bay. Yeah, 40 drone bay, so you could even mount some medium drones in it, I think. Or you could have some actual spares of the normal light drones. Which would obviously be good, because well, I suppose you didn't get to see it in this one, but yeah, the AI will sometimes target them, and they do die quite quickly if they're focused on, or there's sometimes towers that will release an effect that damages drones when you're near them. I think that's more in the firestorm areas, but I think they can technically show up anywhere. But yes, hopefully you guys that watched the Astrox playthrough all that time ago, and I haven't forgot about it. I do intend to come back when they do an update with the story stuff, and it was mentioned that he'd like to start working on it soon. I think he said he's ready to start working on it with the last update they did. But yeah, so I would like to come back to Astrox Sunday. But yeah, so hopefully you guys that saw that can understand why I used to call it Eve Offline. See the similarities in a sense, the big space debris sort of style of everything, the way the ships pilot by you sort of telling them what to do rather than actually doing it. Yeah, kind of idea. And we're back. There's a wreck nearby. Someone else dealt with those pirates while we're nearby. Probably someone mining that asteroid belt deployed a few combat robots to protect themselves. Oh, that's me. I was going to say. That's my name. Yes, hopefully you've all enjoyed. Let's see you guys again in the next one. Goodbye.